Hello everyone, my name is Ibrahim Mohammed. I am a graduate student of UTSA and my topic for research is methods of power consumption and distribution in USA. Can you imagine a world without power? Power is a necessity. Without it, no one can survive. There are two types of sources of energy generation. One is renewable sources and other is non-renewable source. Renewable sources of energy are those which are constantly replenished and will never run out. Some of the renewable sources are sunlight, wind, water, biomass, etc. Most renewable energy come directly or indirectly from sun. Sunlight or solar energy can be used directly for heating and lighting homes and other buildings. On the other hand, non-renewable energy comes from sources that will run out or sources which once exhausted will never regenerate. They are made over a period of 2000 to 3000 years by the dead remains of fossils. Some of the examples of non-renewable sources are petroleum, coal, natural gas, nuclear power, etc. The purpose of this study is to compare and contrast different methods of energy generation, to distinguish the early methods and the current development in the field of power generation, and to evaluate each method in detail. Let us now discuss the early methods of power generation in the United States. In 1700s, wood was burned as a fuel in almost every American home and business. It was used for space heating and power generation. The use of wood in space heating and power generation grew steadily until the late 1800s, when coal assumed its place as the dominant form of energy. Coal provided more heat per pound than wood and occupied a smaller volume. It was a much more portable fuel. In early 1900s, advances in drilling technology made oil and natural gas abundant and available at a cost that could compete with coal. The use of oil and natural gas in the United States was grown rapidly. The oil and gas industry enjoyed a steady growth in demand for over 50 years. Let's now discuss the current condition of power generation in the United States. Coal and oil remains dominant source. Renewable sources have grown by 15.9%. Renewable energy currently accounts for about 8.2% of United States energy consumption. The most rapidly growing renewable sources since 1995 has been wind power with an increase of over 2000%. Solar has grown over 55% since 1995. Geothermal nearly 27%. Let's now discuss each of these individual methods in detail. First, we'll go ahead with wind energy. Wind energy has become the most dominant source of electricity generation in 21st century, representing about 43% of all new electric additions and accounting for 25 billion in investment. The power generation from this source nearly doubled in 2012 relative to 2011. This helped to power more than 15 million homes each year, as many homes as in California and Washington combined. The major reason for this growth is its clean and renewable energy that reduces harmful greenhouse emission. Solar energy is the least preferred among the renewable sources, even though most of the renewable sources are driven directly or indirectly by sun. The consumption of solar energy in US from 1997 to 2013 shows a dominant increase in the production, rising from 334.2 megawatts to 6,220 megawatts, which still accounts only for 0.2% of the net electricity generated in US. The reason for impediment of solar power is the lack of its source due to atmospheric conditions and changing positions of Earth relative to Sun. Furthermore, the cost of technology relative to amount of energy produced is more. Coal energy is the leading electricity consumption. Coal energy is the leading fuel for United States. Coal energy increases at an average rate of 0.3 per year. Future prediction is that coal will see a decline due to the increased availability of natural gas and renewable sources. The disadvantage of coal is that it harms the environment. Nuclear energy. United States is the largest producer of nuclear energy in the world. The country has over 100 nuclear reactors existing and 5 under construction that accounts for more than 20% of total electrical output. There are some restrictions to the growth of nuclear power plant due to the lower gas prices and danger to mankind like dumping of nuclear waste, uranium spills and greenhouse effects. Hydroelectric power is one of the oldest methods of producing power. It accounts for 7% of total electricity generation in the United States. Advantages of hydropower are fuel is not burned, low maintenance cost, reliable and eco-friendly. Problem faced by hydropower plants are reservoirs are drying up due to less rainfall and large area of land has to be cut down due to the construction of dam. In conclusion, although there is a great demand for non-renewable source of energy in United States, I personally think that use of renewable source of energy should be taken into practice persistently. That's all from my presentation. Thank you.